Welcome to the video tutorial Spring Dependency Injection example with XML Configuration. In this video, you will learn how to implement a simple dependency injection example in Spring Framework with XML Configuration. With me, Nam Haming from CodeJava.net. You know, dependency injection is a cornerstone of Spring Framework. So having a good understanding about dependency injection is the first step to get started with Spring, one of the most popular frameworks for building enterprise Java applications. Let's start with the class diagram of the program which we will create in next few minutes. We have client A, class, and service interface. The client A class depends on the service, so it has a reference to the service interface here. Service interface, and we have some implementation classes of the service interface: service B, service C, and service D. The client A class uses the service interface. It doesn't care about the actual implementation. It cares only about it and works with any implementation of a service interface. You see here. So this is called soft dependencies. And in this video tutorial, we will write code to implement this example to help you understand the concept of dependency as well as how it is implemented in a Spring framework. I am using Eclipse IDE. Now let's create a new Java Maven project in Eclipse. File, new Maven project, and check the option create a simple project. Next, enter the group ID, for example net.codejava artifact ID Spring Dependency Injection example. And click finish. Wait for a few seconds while Eclipse is generating code structure for the project. As you can see here, this is our Java Maven project. Change Java version to Java 8. Okay. And open the project's Maven form.xml file. To use dependency injection with framework, we need to add a dependency in form.xml file here. Dependencies, click add, and here enter the group ID as org Spring framework. Artifact ID is Spring context. Version is 5.0.7.release. The Spring context is a minimum dependency for using Spring Framework. So you can work with its dependency injection feature. Okay, and switch to the XML text mode, and you can see the XML content of the pom.xml file here. Save the file, and you will see our Maven automatically downloads the required jar files. You see string context, string AOP, string beans, string core, string JCL, string expressions. Now create a new Java package under src main Java. Package is net.codejava. Let's create our first interface. Right click here, new interface, and name as client. Finish. This interface client defines only one method, void do something. You can see in this diagram it doesn't have interface client, but in practice we should use interface for a client class because it may become a service class for another class. And now let's create the client A class which implements the client interface. New class client A, and its super interface is client. Here, okay, finish. And next, let's create the service interface with only method get info. New interface, service interface, finish. String info, get info. This method return a string. And now in the client class, we have a reference to the service interface. Private service, and this service implementation is injected into this class via its constructor. So right click, source generate constructor using views for the service view. Click OK. You see. Now in the do something method, we simply call the service method get info, string info equal service get close get info, and print it to the standard console system info. Okay. You see in this code of client A class, the client A class doesn't know about the actual implementation of the service interface. It cares only that it works with any implementation of the service interface through its interface, and the actual implementation is injected to the class at runtime uh, via its constructor. You see here. Now let's create the first implementation of service class. We call service B, new uh, class service B, and it implements the interface service. Okay, finish, and simply return a string here in its get info method service B info. Now let's do the dependency injection with our Spring framework. Create a new class, for example, Spring dependency injection dependency injection no Spring with the main method. So check this option to create a main method. Click finish. We create an instance of the client A class via its interface client1 equal new client A, and you see the client A class requires an object of type service passed to its constructor. So we need to create this object first. Say service1 create local variable equal new. This should be service B. Service B. You see, first we create an object of type service1, and this object is then injected to the client A class, to the client1 object via its constructor. You see, and now we can call the client1 do something method. That's very simple. Now let's run this program. You see, it prints service B info. Let's see, do something of client A, and it calls the get info method of service class. You can see the client A doesn't have any direct reference to the service B class, but when running the program, it prints service B info. It's because the instance of service B class is passed to the client A object at runtime, as you can see. What if we need to change to different implementation of service? For example, service C class. So create a new implementation of service interface service B. It implements the service interface. Sorry, service C. Click finish. And this simply return service C info. Then in this program, you can change to service C here. And let's run this program again. You see, it prints services info. Now let's see how it is done using Spring Framework. This looks very simple, but when the application's code becomes more complex with many more classes, you don't want to do the dependency injection manually by writing code like this. Instead, you should use the Spring Framework dependency injection container to configure the dependency injection automatically. And in this tutorial, we see how it is done using XML configuration. So let's create a XML configuration file for Spring under the LRC main resources folder here. New other XML file next, and name it as application context.xml. Application context.xml, and click finish. In this XML file, we will configure how the objects of classes are created and wired together. And first, we need to use some Spring XML declaration. You can search for Spring XSD. Click on the first result here. And you copy this pins and paste here. In a Spring, the objects are managed in a container called bins. And now let's declare an object of client A class. You can use a bin element. Bin ID is the name of the bin. Service 1, and class is a fully qualified name of the class. net.codejava.client A. You see the XML code to declare a bin object of type client A. And now we declare a bin object of service B, bin ID. Sorry, this should be client 1. The name of bin object of client A. The ID is service 1, and class is net.codejava.service B. And to inject this service 1 bin to the client 1 bin, we use constructor element inside the bin tag. Constructor argument, and reference is the name of the bin, which is service 1. You see, it's very simple like this. We declare a service 1 bin of type service B, and then this service 1 is injected into the constructor of the bin client 1 of type client A. This is called constructor injection, which the depending object is passed into the constructor of the dependent object. You see. Now let's write a test class with Spring Framework. New class Spring Dependency Injection XML. Click here to generate main method. And we can use application context. Application context. An application context object represents the application container which contains bins. Context equal new, and since we use XML, we create a new instance of the class but XML application context and pass the XML file here in the class path. So we specify class path application context.xml. When this line of code is executed, Spring loads the application context XML, and it reads the configuration and creates the bin objects accordingly as per the configuration here. And then we can call a bin from the container using the getBin method of the application context getBin and specify the name. For example, in this XML we have bin name client1, so we get this bin and assign the return object to a variable client. We need to cast, okay, and then we do something on the client. Very simple, you see. Now let's run this program. Service B info is printed, you see. Now if you want to change the implementation of service to another class, say service D, create a new implementation class of service D. Interface is service. Okay, finish. And this return service this info. So you can change only the XML and the code remains unchanged. Now let's change this to service D. Okay, and run the application again. Run the program, this program again. And you see it brings service this info. So using a framework like Spring with XML configuration, you don't have to manually write the code to do the dependency like this. And if the implementation change, we don't have to recompile the code. Just change the XML and run the program again. Now in this XML, we can declare another bin. So for example, service 2 point to service C class, and in this program we can get this bin, get that bin, get bin service 2, and assign it to service variable service 2, pass the object to service, and then call service 2 get info, print it, sit out. You see this statement has the bin with name service 2 in the container. Service 2 here is an object of type service C. Let's run the program again. You see it prints service C at last. And let's update the client A class to use setter injection. You can see here we use constructor injection. Now create a setter method for setting the implementation of service interface. Source generate setter service setter. Okay, we have the setter service method here. Set service. Now in the XML we can XML file we can set the injected object using setter method by using the property name is the name of the property in the class client A, which is service here. You see service. And reference to the, for example, service 1. You see this line inject an instance of service interface named service 1 into the setter method of the class client A. And now let's run the program again. Run as Java application. We have error here. No such method exception. Plan A, we have a set service and web service 1. You can see the error message here, no default constructor. So that means we need to declare to write a no argument constructor in the client A class. The source generate constructor. Okay. Now let's run the program again. Run as the application. And you see it prints service this info and then prints service CS info. So that's basically how to create a simple dependency injection example in a Spring framework. You write the interfaces, classes, and write XML code to configure the dependency, and then use the application context to get the bin. And the class path XML application context is used to load the configuration in XML file. Thank you for watching.